all this nonsense. Okay, so first you have jurisdiction. You have the republic for which it stands. You have the United States. And you have Moorish. You have allodial. Okay. Arm us. Okay, you have your Moors. You have your Brits. Or, you know what, we should just call that what it is. The Roman Church. You have the people. And then you have the wanderers. Okay. Now, this is the thing, right? All of this is literally about one thing. Liability. That's what jurisdiction is. Who is liable for the actions? Right? So you have your allodial, which is fully liable. You're liable for everything. Okay? You're liable for everything. You have Moorish, where you're semi-reliable. Right? You have Roman, where you're semi-reliable. The reason that these two are semi-reliable is because the U.S. is the one that is pledged to take care of their business. Right? Now, as a citizen, you have no liability. Okay? There's no liability for the citizen. Okay? Because the U.S. takes care of all the citizens inside of it. That's the U.S.'s responsibility. So your Moorish title puts you above the Roman title. Okay, now the Roman title is the people that conquered the country. Okay, that's your Roman Catholic Church. The Roman Catholic Church created all religions and has the treaty to prove it. Okay, so that's why you get baptized, right? Baptism. All right. We'll just fucking... All right, look. So when you get baptized, right, what you're doing is removing yourself from a citizen of a foreign entity. Right? You're going from the subject to the controller. Okay? That's where your baptism comes in. Now, if you don't want to do baptism, right, if you're born of this land, you have Moorish rights, because this is Amaruk. Which is making you an Amaruk Khan, a priest. You are a member of the land, right? Now, allodial, however, is saying that you have no ties to anybody anywhere except for yourself and your creator, right? Now, the thing is that all this stuff that you're learning right now is simply about who's liable. Who's liable for the actions that you take? Right? At the bottom of the barrel, the corporation is liable. At this level, right, Rome is liable. Okay, the Roman Church, the big corporation is liable. The one that runs the small one, right? This is U.S. minor. Okay? So what you have is a ladder that leads you to different liabilities. Okay, that's all that it's really about, is who's liable for the paperwork. You see, when it comes to structuring yourself, all you're really doing is taking liability, which is when you create the trust, right? The trust gives you liability over the asset being all of the things that are tied to the birth certificate and Social Security the estate, right? Now, once you've created that trust, right, you're now burying yourself, because now you, the living man, are separate from the corporate entity, meaning that you're able to utilize that document for your discharging and settling and set-offs, right? But that can only be done when you've shifted liabilities, right? Because you have to create your banker in order to do these things. You understand? There are levels to these things, and people don't understand what they're doing, right? When you're going and getting your birth certificate certified at the county, the state, and the federal level, right? If you don't take that in a foreign grantor trust and create yourself a 508 church, which is where your bank is, right? You can't create a banker for you to be able to utilize the instruments correctly, right? So the thing is when you're delegating your authorities, right? Depending on whether you take on full responsibility with your banker that you create inside of your bank, that's all private, or whether you delegate the treasurer as the fiduciary, right, determines who the liability rests on. So, right, you should consider these things, because you're taking full liability when you go and do things like registering your birth certificate at the county, the state, and the federal level. What you're saying is that you're going to be handling the banking affairs of the asset. So if you're not prepared for these type of things, you should probably look into what you're doing more. If you're not somebody that's comfortable with banking, even though you've done most of banking your whole entire life, right? Your whole life you've been doing most of the banking, because your whole life you've handled your taxes, you've handled your bookkeeping, right? Your accounts, right? You've handled all of these things your whole entire life. So you're semi already there. You just need to work on the things that you're doing so that you can perfect your paperwork, okay? So whenever you want help with that, you know where to find me.